Vehicles in the Philippines. I'll tell you now, don't bother with a car. They're cheap enough to hire off other people. If somebody repairs it, they normally dismantle things, and generally they're just a headache. What you'll find is people will take something off the car. The most recent thing was relating to my air conditioning. The guy that was doing the repair said that it needed more parts, took the parts away. Yeah, actually removed the parts. So when I returned to the Philippines, I was asking why my air conditioner isn't working, and I was told that the guy took the parts away and he'd had them for some time. Got him to bring them back, put them straight on, and it worked straight away, funny enough. Because what they do is they'll take something away, and they may even swap it with something in worse condition than you had. But also they've got a habit of tinkering, sometimes on purpose, because if you've got something that goes faulty, it's another job for them. But also, sometimes they don't know what they're doing. They don't know, a lot of the guys don't know how to do timing, for example. You'll find a lot of motorbikes aren't ticking over properly. You'll hear people revving things up as if that's going to tell them that if an engine's running properly. It's just the way things are, and it's just don't get involved in it. My 4x4, I've had to have the engine rebuilt. It's not really a major thing. It's actually got a new engine in there now, but getting things reconfigured back up, that was more of a task, because what you find is people take the short route all the time. So engine's in, engine's running, fine, I've finished. Okay, what about the alternator? What about the air conditioning? What about all the dashboard, the speedo, everything else? They don't bother. And these things, you've got to sit there with a little stool, just sit and watch them and go, fix that, fix that, fix that. And I don't care what anybody says. They are notoriously bad for ripping people off or getting away with doing as little as possible. And it's not running people down. Filipinos have the exact same problem we do. When I have windows fitted, my mother-in-law will sit there on a aluminium hop-up bench and watch them fit them. She'll watch them paint. She'll watch whatever they're doing to make sure they do not skimp on things. Because they'll do it wherever. I had it with tiles before, where I showed them how to lay a bed. Because they don't do it that way. They put this layer of cement on, then they just prop it in there. I actually showed them how to use adhesive, and I went away, come back, and they've gone back to the old method. And it was like, what's the point of teaching them? They're not interested. But also, because they dab corners, you'll get some people dab corners, because it's quick, you just slap it on, it's in. You get holes in the tiles, which mean when you step on them, they crack. All this stuff I've had happen. I've had to retile stuff myself to the point where I just got on with and did it myself, because I just couldn't trust anybody to do it. I do have a guy now that is very, very good. He did my new building. I would trust him to do it. You know, I can leave him to do whatever it needs doing, because he's a professional. He does shop fitting for large department stores. He's not a cowboy builder that you find a lot of locally. Motorbikes, buy new, don't buy second-hand. If somebody's selling you a second-hand one, it's not because out of love. It's out of the fact that there's something seriously wrong with it normally. Chinese bikes I find only last about 12 months. The Japanese ones, I've got a Kawasaki Rouser at the moment, 220cc. It's rock solid. Sort of still in two minds whether to store it up and keep it safe, empty the oil and stuff, and have it ready for me going back, or to sell it, because it's only got 3,000 kilometers on the clock. But I've had Chinese bikes, I've had second-hand bikes, and generally people have had the same problems where they're not looked after by the guys that have had them previously. They don't put oil in them, for example. Or they race them, wreck them. Just ain't worth the hassle. You'll find that within the first couple of years, you're spending more than the bike's worth keeping it on the road. Get a good bike, get a new one. You're not going to spend anything for probably 18 months. You may have to, you know, obviously you got your servicing, but you're not really going to be breaking into the bank to have something rebuilt, which you can do with an older bike. Okay, thanks for watching.